What's up, everybody? Mark here, bringing you another action figure unboxing and review. Today we are going back into the world of professional wrestling, and we are going to the Mattel WWE Ultimates line of action figures. And this is a new one that's probably hitting your Targets and your online retailers right now. If you haven't already picked him up, I actually was able to find this figure in the stores, and I'm really excited to review him because I actually managed to find the regular figure as well as the variant edition. And of course, I am talking about everybody's favorite bad guy, Razor Ramon. Let's talk about it. So yeah, I was able to find via the DPCI checkers online, found out that my local Targets were getting in the Ultimates Razor Ramon action figure, and I was like, sweet, I'm gonna go pick this up. I actually called my nearest one and said, hey, do you have this in stock? And they said, oh yeah, sure, we have them in stock. And I said, well, and this is always the case with me, it seems like, I said, well, if it's not too much trouble, can you confirm it by actually seeing if it's on the pegs? Because sometimes I call you guys and you say you don't have, or you have them, but then I get there and you don't have them, or they're not allowed to be set out yet, and I don't want to be a hassle, and I don't want to make a special trip. And person said sure, and I could hear them walking down the way, and they said, yep, we've got them here in stock right now. And I said, sweet. And they're like, do you want us to hold it for you? And I was like, if you don't mind and there's no policy against it, I certainly don't mind. I'll just go up to the guest services and pick it up. And they said, sure, just give us your name. And I did. I said, hey, here's my name. It's Mark, and thank you so much. So after I got off work, I ran over to my local Target, and I had to pick up one or two other just items for the house. And so of course I walked a lap around the building till I got to the toy section, and I walked down the toy aisle, and I was shocked because yes, the figures were out. The Razor Ramones were right there, and the variant edition was front and center. And I was just like, well, I mean, there's a chance maybe they put the variant one in the back, but I mean, my understanding is they're a variant. They're rare, right? And so I said, well, I'm going to grab the variant version. Got it. My other items, went and checked out, went up to guest services, said, hey, my name's Mark. I've got this wrestling action figure here waiting for me. And they came back with it, and it was the regular edition. So I don't know. I'm never lucky at finding variants or rare figures. Not that I particularly even look for them, because most of the time I'm buying them offline like most people. But in this case, I got super lucky. So that being said, we will go over both figures today. I will only be unboxing the regular standard edition. I'm going to leave the variant one just in the box as something to keep. Razor Ramon, Scott Hall, is arguably my favorite wrestler. I definitely like him a lot. I like his attitude a lot, but just straight up fact, Ric Flair is my favorite wrestler, but Scott Hall's right up there. Fun fact, actually had Scott Hall call me once and had a 10-minute conversation with him. But that's another story for another day. Let's get to looking at these figures and see what all the fuss is about. All right, here we go. We have the WWE Ultimate Edition Razor Ramon action figure, and as you can see, like I said, I had guest services hold it for me. They actually put a sticker on it, which doesn't bother me because obviously I open these up and display them. But if I was a mint on box or mint on card collector, I'd not be very happy with that. But that being said, of course, you have the standard Ultimate Edition packaging, Razor Ramon across the top, Ultimate Edition logo down near the bottom. This window, you can see the accessories it comes with, including the Intercontinental title, multiple portraits, multiple hands. Turning it to the side, we have the shot of Razor Ramon himself. And then on this side, we have Razor Ramon. And on the back, of course, you have the real life photo of Razor Ramon and then the action figure counterpart to that. 6'7", 2.01 meters, from Miami, Florida, the Razor's Edge Career Highlight Intercontinental Champion. Say hello to the bad guy, from disrespectfully flicking his toothpick in his opponent's faces to putting him away with the Razor's Edge. Razor Ramon oozes machismo with everything he does. So there's the standard edition. And of course, like I said, we have the standard edition, which I will slide over here to the side. And we have the variant edition, where he is wearing his all purple tights. Now, just to point out, the box is identical. It's still going to show you the standard edition picture, and on the back it's going to be exactly the same. So literally the only difference between these figures is the purple tights, purple vest. Everything else is the same. Just, I think it's a 1 in 4, because I believe when I looked at the pegs, obviously they had this one up front, and the pegs, there was 2 more yellows and the purple one. So my assumption is these come 4 to a case, so it must be a 1 in 4 chance of actually getting the variant. Now, if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. I'm not a retailer or a reseller, so I really don't know what these things come in. I'm just assuming. There were also 4 AJ Styles figures, so that's what makes me think that they come 4 to a set. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but there were 4 figures there. One of them was the purple one. So, with that being said, I'm going to move this guy out of the way, and we're going to go back to this guy. I'm going to get him out of the package, and then we're going to see what this figure's really got for us. Okay, he is out of his plastic prison and looking very cool. One might say he is indeed oozing machismo. So yeah, you have the figure with its high amount of articulation. Of course, it's got the standard torso, mid-torso bend. He's got his gold around his waist. He has, you know, bicep cuts, swivel. I mean, it's what you expect in a typical Ultimate Edition action figure. There's no limit to what you've got with him when it comes to articulation. Of course, the back says Razor Ramon. You got the razor blades. And the one thing I'm noticing, I've had to turn the pads around on both the knees and the arms because they don't quite line up with the elbows. And the other thing I'm noticing, these elbow pads should not be the same. If you're into, you know, if you want to get nitpicky, and I'm going to just because this is one of my favorite wrestlers, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, wore a standard elbow pad with the razors on it on his left arm, while his right arm had a long pad on it. Here, they've just made it a short pad instead of the longer sleeve, which is probably about double this length. So that annoys me right there that they did that. Because this is, again, this is supposed to be an Ultimate Edition, so I would expect them to get as close as accurate as possible, and it bothers me that they did not. So, minus a point for that. As a matter of fact, let's just pull out the purple one real quick, and it looks like it's the same scenario. Without opening it, it's the same size pad. It's just they did make it black on that one. So that's, at least they did it right on that, you know, color-wise. But again, this elbow pad should be longer. And so outside of that, though, very good looking figure. I do actually like the yellow and red versus the purple. And of course he comes with his accessories. So let's just, let's start with the belt first. I am a sucker for these belts, and it helps if I hold it the right way. WWE Intercontinental Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. And, you know, it's perfect. It's shiny, it's perfect. Scott Hall / Razor Ramon, one of the best IC champions in this reviewer's mind anyway. Of course, he comes with the 2 different head sculpts. He has the more, hey, get out of my face kind of look is what I'm going to call that. And then, of course, he has the smiling, cocky look. Like this is the face that just flicked a toothpick at you. Of course, he has his gripping hands on him, but he also comes with 2 open hands. Very cool. And then he also comes with the two thumbs up hands where he can point at himself. And finally, he comes with a pair of fists. So, excellent there. If we play around with it for a little bit, just to kind of see what it's all about, like I mentioned, he does come also with the gold chains that are on him. So we can just pop that head right off, and let's say we wanted to do, oh, interesting. Interesting. Let's see what all this is about. It's just some paper around the neck. That's very interesting. I didn't notice that because it was obviously underneath the hair. Okay, well, whatever, no big deal. I just noticed also that there's less chest hair right here where the where this was at. So the other thing I didn't mention was that it looks like it's actually rubbed a little bit. With that paper on the necklace, they also had I'll just show you. This clear string was across his chest holding the necklace down. So it almost looks like because of that, it's rubbed a little bit. So, okay, interesting. But where we were at, of course, was we were trying to put, or I was going to put another head on it. I was going to make the more cocky, leave me alone, Chico Razor Ramon head on. And boy, that's a tight little fit. Okay, so we've got he looks pretty cool there. I like that face. So if we want to play with it a little more, of course, we could pop the left hand off, put this hand on, you know, hey Chico, it's me, Razor Ramon, in my terrible Cuban accent. And of course we could make him holding the belt, which I'm glad to get this Intercontinental belt. Like I said, I'm a sucker for belts, especially the old school ones. I've always liked them, so pull these fingers open, stiffen them back up so you can actually, you know, there you go. So there we have it. We have, move these pieces out of the way. We have Razor Ramon with his Intercontinental title. I think it looks super cool. And really quick, I did want to do some quick comparisons because I do have the Razor Ramon that came with the Raw 30th anniversary, and I just kind of want to put them side by side so you could see a comparison. Now, I was talking about that elbow pad. They did it right on this one. As you can see, he's got a longer elbow pad on this one, on his right arm, than he does on his left. So I might do some swapping around and put this longer elbow pad, because I'm gonna probably put this guy away. As much as I do like it, I'm just trying to display Ultimates. And I only got this one because I wanted the Raw set from the 30th anniversary Target exclusive. And I was like, cool, Razor Ramon, can't pass that up until, you know, the Ultimate one comes out. And the other interesting thing is this is an older head. This is a whatever they call it, Real FX. This is just the regular head, but it's actually pretty good. Not as good as the Real FX in my opinion, obviously, but I do like this figure, so I might actually pull that elbow pad off, put it on this guy to make it more accurate. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to see a quick little side-by-side of the two guys. So we will take this Razor Ramon, slide him off to the side, slide this Razor back, and yeah, overall, great figure. If you see it and you're a fan of legends like Razor Ramon, Scott Hall, pick this guy up. You're going to get an Intercontinental title out of the deal, so I always think that's a plus when they include a belt. And one of my more recent gripes is these Ultimates that keep coming out. In my opinion, if it's an Ultimate figure and they held a title, that title should come with them. So Mattel, if you're listening, I know you're not, but if you are, or somebody that knows somebody at Mattel's listening, if these are truly going to be called Ultimate Editions, give them their belts. I can't stress that enough. Give them the belt they're most known for. In this case, obviously, Razor Ramon, known for the Intercontinental title. But other figures, like the Bret Hart that just came out, doesn't have a heavyweight title or an IC title or a WCW title. I mean, it's just, I don't understand that. But I digress. If you've made it this far with me, I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Please hit that like button. It helps out the channel a lot. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe notification button. Make sure you get all notifications. I put a few videos out every couple of weeks. I'm trying to make it more often. And we are on the march to 500 subscribers. So if you want to get entered into a contest to win some cool gifts that I'm giving away, or prizes, I should say, right now it's going to be some G.I. Joe classified stuff. Who knows? Maybe I'll throw something else in there. Maybe I'll throw in this other Razor Ramon. I don't know. I'm crazy like that. But the goal is 500 subscribers. So subscribe, hit the like button, drop me a comment below. Let me know what you like about this video. Tell me what some of your favorite Ultimate Editions are, what you're collecting in the wrestling space. And otherwise, I will talk to you guys later.